Code. Let's see how you're a bum this time. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do too. Have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Fun fact, here we are to do a breakdown and review of chapter 34 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, which is known as Used to It. And I'll admit, I'm a bit intrigued, mainly because of where last chapter left off. And funnily enough, I literally don't even mean Code appearing at the end of last chapter or him being on this color cover page, because like, it's Code. it's Code. And if I'm used to anything, I'm doing nothing except making the scenario worse for our protagonist. But like, I don't even think I'm gonna do that. The main thing I'm interested in is not even seeing Code's reaction to presumably Bug being freed, or at least like Mamushi's destruction. No, I want to see Jura's reaction. Cause he's now what? Down 3? Down 3 triple? 3 Shinju? He's gotta feel something. We know for a fact he just didn't care about Matsuri. He didn't care about Matsuri or Ryu, bro. He's like, hey, be like that would be like that sometimes. But like, Mamushi been around for a minute. And now, with those 3 gone, there are what? Hidari and Jura. I legit don't think that, like, am I misremembering? I don't think there are any other triples, and now he's just down to Hidari. I'm assuming he probably cares a little bit. So that's what I'm actually most excited to see. But let's not waste more time. Let's hop right in chapter 34. I'd comment on Code's design, but like, he's saucy. I like it. I like the fit. I honestly, something that's only just hitting me now is the heavy, like, Dracula inspirations by the design. I'm talking about the coat with the 2 buttons on it, like the I have nowhere near enough fashion knowledge to actually know what like the wrap around his neck is called, the flow. Like, he actually looks very Dracula-esque, and even the like pale silvery hair kind of feeds into that. And obviously, looks like that man hasn't been in the sun in a while. But regardless, it's still a fire design, but it's attached to such a bum of a character where I'm like, and to be fair, one thing we'll give Code and his defenders this: I can't say that Code is useless to the narrative or irrelevant. He's just not allowed to do good for himself. Code is so foundational to the progress of Boruto. Literally, the entire narrative, not the entire, well, actually, no. The entire narrative of 2 Blue Vortex literally wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for Code. But man, Code, step up the game. I wouldn't even say step up the game. Get in the game. But let's see. Chapter 34, Used to It. Oh, alright, so we are continuing exactly where we left off. That's why I kind of figured Mamushi was probably going to end up saved. Or Bug, because, you know, they have Mamushi's thing. But at the same time, that would involve Boruto teleporting right back to where Jura is. And while Jura's chill, he may not be that chill. But let's say, rot away. What do you mean by the thorn bulb rotting away? I completely forgot that was even a thing. I'm assuming, well, no, because if I remember properly, Hidari got his thorn bulb collected, planted on the big black block, the BBB, if you know. It got planted there, and then like Jura wiggled his fingers, and then Hidari came back, I think. So I do wonder what Boruto means by rotting away. Like, what do you? Well, presumably some information from Kashin Koji, but let's see. What do you mean by the thorn bulb rotting away? It's exactly as I said. If you don't do anything, they'll rot within minutes, and the one turn into a tree. As in, the person that divine tree was modeled on will die. Huh. Interesting failsafe. That is some very that is some very we shall go together type B kind of defense mechanism. That does, I mean, like, I suppose the bulb itself is like the heart of the triple that is produced, and like by returning the heart to the base tree, it like unlocks it. Like, it's a key and lock situation, right? But a key that disintegrates, 1, just isn't really that common. And 2, it's interesting to think about it from like that perspective. The idea that like, you could literally, someone could literally save your life from being a Shinju. And if they can't, like, if Boruto can teleport, presumably Bug, who now has minutes to live, I guess, he'd just be dead. Like, if you were turned into a triple, if you got bit in the Sand Village, but your clone died in the Leaf Village, G Jizzles. G Jizzle supports, so get some movie. Let's see. Kawaki looking like, how on earth does he know all this stuff, man? Because I don't think Kawaki has any context for Kashi Koji. I don't think anyone. No, in fact, I know Kawaki doesn't have any context for Kashi Koji. The only one of the Leaf Village members who, like, has loose kind of sort of context on Kashi and Koji are presumably Sumire and Amato, because they're literally listening in. Inojin, and that's it. Kawaki is so far behind on the information aspect, even if he has definitely caught up in the power aspect, obviously not the power control part. Let's see. Ugh. Jeez. Man. Never thought I had my eyes blown out. Inojin! Huh? I'm so glad you're awake! Yo, I give Himawari credit. Especially for, like, what? She was infused, or she realized she was infused in the Nine Tails a few weeks ago in Universe. The time flow in Vortex is weird. It doesn't help that it comes out monthly, so I don't fully remember it. But, like, did a fantastic job at immediately healing these eyes. Especially considering, like, we've seen Kurama do natural, and obviously it's not like she's guiding the healing, she's just giving chakra and that does the healing. But still, it is crazy to think about the difference between regenerating something that is like an organ or even like musculature versus regenerating something as complex as our eyes, right? Like, ultimately, you want to know the highest fidelity camera you've ever seen? Your eyeballs. Like, cameras are just eyes that are permanent. That's all they are. And we still are better than what cameras can produce. Despite how crazy and insane cameras have become, in many ways, we do have higher fidelity, higher resolution, just naturally. But of course, there's like actual tech that does like super clear us on like a zoom level and a perception level. But still, we're pretty cracked in terms of just our base biology. And, you know, I just said, and then boom. Let's see. Himawari. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know why, like, despite it being a consistent part of, I'd say mainly Inojin's character up to this point, I always forget that their endgame, I'm guessing, because, like, I mean, like, Kishimoto and Ikimoto, I mean, like, maybe they go some crazy back. I doubt endgame is anything other than these two. Let's see. Himawari? Inojin! Your eyes! Are they okay? I mean, they're open, but to be fair, that doesn't mean much. There have been times where, especially like when I was younger, my allergies used to be monstrous when I was younger. And occasionally, my body will like, hey, remember the time you were half blind? And I'll just, because my eyes have opened up, but they've been so like crusted and darn near sealed shut that I basically can't see anything. That happened many a time in the past. So I get the idea of just seeing the eyes doesn't always mean you can see through the eyes. Let's see. Yeah, I can see just fine. Thanks to Himawari healing them right away. Yeah. W clutch for Himawari. W clutch. Especially since, like, she is funnily enough, now I think about that, she is the only healer here. They don't really have a Sakura type. Not in this generation. Huh. That's weird. I never thought about that. But yeah, they don't really. I'm all the way over here. Hold on. The thing is, I need to bring the mic a little bit closer. Because I've noticed something whenever I edit. And especially once I export, like, sometimes the audio is a little bit silly. So let me get, there we go. So hopefully I can lean this way, and still be in frame. Let's see. And not, like, hide behind the chapter. Let's see. I can see just fine thanks to Himawari healing them right away. Do you have, I mean, like, I get why he doesn't want a bridal carrier. Like, and to be fair, that is pretty efficient, but it's so funny to see Konohamaru just, like a towel over his shoulders. Let's see. Yo. She'll probably come to eventually. But let's take her to the hospital. Yeah, to her mom. Poor Sakura, man. I mean, like, no! I was going to say, here's the thing. I was literally about to say, well, I get why she's not allowed to be too relevant. No, I don't! Kishimoto, you went out of your way at the end of the original series to have her be relevant. Explicitly. Why does she do nothing? I'm not, like, logistically, I'm not expecting her to be as powerful as Naruto and Sasuke. I know the data book statements and, like, the evidence of the feats and all that stuff. But regardless, like have her do something other than sit around the hospital. Please! Let's see. Like, arguably, especially now, next to Shikamaru, or really probably even above Shikamaru, she should be the strongest adult that's still running around. Let's see. Let's take her to the hospital. Oh yeah, Chacha. Master Konohamaru! The hospital, right? I'll go with you. Aw, yeah. to be fair, I get Chojo's concern. Who's considering those two are best friends? Let's see. Hey, my glory. Ooh, you look a little rough here in this belly. Your head looks too big, your legs look too small. But my glorious, handsome, legendary, juicy, upscale king, David. And you know what? I'm glad that it isn't just me who somehow fell for the Damon gaslighting. It feels like not everybody, but a lot more people. I think last chapter, and it's just, or not even, was it last? I'd say it'd be last chapter, especially, raised Damon stocks to the moon, right? Like, no, as much havoc as Damon has wreaked, like, was he before? He may have been, see, I don't remember, like, that's the thing, as time passes, all sorts of flow together. I forget who caused more havoc. Hold on. That was dumb. Hold on. I need to do this. I forget who caused more havoc first. I want to say it. When did Gojo start causing? Essentially, as much havoc and insanity as Damon caused, basically being confirmed to be the strongest in the verse at the time of his introduction, even over, like, our previous god tiers and stuff like that, and having this dumb, stupid, cracked ability that everyone's bringing across first debates because it was just that dumb, stupid, cracked, and being really, really, really despised for that. I feel like now that he's actually had time to be a character in the narrative and actively engage and even have struggle, people like him a lot more. I still can't fully tell you what turned me into a Damon Glazer. I just think he's cool. I just think he's neat. Like, there's nothing. I just think he's neat. Obviously I like his powers, but like, as you can see, I'm not afraid to make fun of his design or anything like that. I don't think he has the greatest design in all of Naruto or even Boruto or nothing like that. But I don't know. I just think he's neat. I think he's cool. Let's see. Hey, big sis, are you hurt? No, I'm okay. Thanks for your protection. Oh wait, no. Thanks to your protection. Thanks to your protection. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Though, Damon, we gotta get you upgrade, bro. You need to learn how to fly. It was nothing. And Damon, I mean, to be fair though, as a lot of people pointed out in last month's review, it actually does make sense that Damon has basically no stamina. Because yeah, why would he? Why would, like, his ability specifically makes him so combat ready, and obviously he just has like the high enough base stats that yeah, of course he wouldn't train his stamina. I was initially getting on his case about that, being like, dude, you fought for like maybe 30 minutes, and hey, you know, in our world, fighting for 30 minutes is genuinely insane, especially consecutively. But like in anime world, bro, there are characters in this universe who have fought for multiple days on end with no problem or minimal problem at all. And Damon, you're getting tired in less than an hour. But yeah, Damon is a child cyborg who has never really had to fight hard in his life. Let's see. Oh, Ada's watching Kawaki and Boruto square off. But like, Kawaki, I get it, bro. You want to aggro on broski, but like, you gain nothing from this. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Let's see. Up. Frog time. Let's see. Wait, no. I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to give the frog a non-serious voice. But you know what? No, because Kashin Koji, and there's so many characters around in that like Kashin Koji archetype, I'd say, aka older characters who get like a rougher, gruffer, deeper voice. I'm whenever he's speaking through the frog don't speak silly. I'm not gonna stop myself. Let's see. In the end, Code didn't show up. I thought he might make. I can't read. I thought he might take advantage of the chaos of battle, but divine trees all have claw marks on them, so I'm sure that fiend had his ear to the ground. Yeah, I still can't get over the idea that Code is a father who couldn't step up, bro. He really couldn't. Let's see. Most likely, which means we should assume he knows Mamushi is dead. Don't forget Boruto. He's biding his time to kill you. And he can't. He was base Boruto food. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack on the side, and a bev. He was like, he's not, like, ultimately, Code can't win now by biding his time. He needs to be active. Like, obviously, Boruto, I don't blame Code for not stepping in here, because Boruto doesn't seem that fatigued, right? And I wouldn't risk it. Really, I'm a pick your battles wisely kind of guy, right? To the point where, when I played chess recently with a friend, even when I was on the offensive, I was very hesitant Like, especially in comparison to younger me when he was playing chess. Younger me was a demon. I don't know what was up with him. He would be like, man, trade pieces. Absolutely. Man, it was a common thread that if I was playing you in chess, our queens would be gone in the first 5 turns. In the first 5 moves. I didn't care. I will open basic, we're trading queen. I don't care. I don't care. I was a monster. But now, I've mellowed out a lot as I've gotten older. And thusly, I'm a lot more hesitant to pick my battle. So I don't blame Code for not leaping in here specifically. But I hope he's not just biding his time. Like, unless he literally, and to be fair, unironically, this is kind of a valid strat, unless he plans to actually outlive Boruto and Kawaki, which they do age, I don't think Code does. That's it. That's his only win con right now, if he's not trying to get stronger. Let's see. He's biding his time to kill you. If you go alone with that thorn bulb, I can almost guarantee that Code will show himself. Yeah. Okay. So that's why they're essentially baiting him directly. At least I'd assume. Let's see. It's the most advantageous location for him, since there's little chance of you getting back up. But he could just leave. I mean, to be fair, it does take a second to, like, long distance teleport out, but, like, he could just leave. Especially considering the original scenario that had Boruto needing to run was, I believe it was Jura, Hidari, Mamushi, and... Was Matsuri created at that point? I think Matsuri... She may have not been created at that point, but I think it was like 3 Shinju to 1. And now, admittedly, the strongest Shinju in Jura and Hidari was kind of buns, but like not the most garbage. Plus Code, it made me a little bit of an issue, but specifically to go in, tag Mamushi as the tree falls apart, grab Mamushi, or not Mamushi, Bug, and dip out. Like, not the worst. Let's see. It's the most advantageous location for him, since there's little chance of you getting back up. He won't let this chance slip away. Many futures share this in common. But, like, how, though? I mean, like, maybe just... I'm assuming it's just because Boruto's fatigued, and maybe he's just not, like, Ikimoto and Kishimoto didn't decide to draw him more, like, give him a few more scuffs of battle, and maybe have him breathing heavy here, and I'd believe that, oh, yeah, Code's a threat. And don't get me wrong, it's been a while. Like, we're on chapter 34. The initial vicious, violent stomping of Code took place nearly 3 years ago now. But unfortunately, it was, or not unfortunately, it's a good thing, but because it was so clear and iconic and amazing and epic and a great way to reintroduce Boruto, I didn't forget. I didn't forget how Boruto turned Code into free food. Lunch meat. Ate that boy a lot. Like, legit, it's light work. Let's see. The battle against The battle against Mamushi changed destiny again. But given his motives, it would be more unnatural for Code not to appear. Okay, so that's why he specifically appeared on Bug's Tree. And then, what happens after that? It is very interesting. Though, to be fair, a lot of people did point out that Kashin Koji being, like, really, really piecemeal and really, really, like, in terms of what he gives up versus what he doesn't, to really super play into the manipulation aspect of it all. That actually does make sense, and especially aligns with what we know of the character so far. I was giving Kashin Koji credit. I was like, oh, he maybe softening it up a little bit here. No. He's really playing the game well. He's really dealing out what he needs to deal out, and then not dealing out what he doesn't deem deal outable. And unfortunately, no one can really push him, right? Like, just in the same way that Kashin Koji can't really apply pressure to Boruto in terms of, like, actually physically stopping him from doing things. No one's going to apply it. No one who knows of Kashin Koji, which is very few, is going to apply pressure to Kashin Koji because the information he has access to is just too valuable. It's too much. It's too much. Sorry, I was thinking of a Fire Emblem Engage death quote. But regardless, it's not feasible. Let's see. There are 3 broad outcome categories: death, life, double kill. Let's see. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's what should happen. I wonder if it's gonna do any weird things to the claw grimes though, because like the claw grimes / the claw marks. Yeah, let's see. The first, you kill him. Boruto's sitting there like, that sounds pretty good. Let's see. That's the most ideal option. Since we have trouble pinpointing his whereabouts, it'd be big. And if we could just eliminate him now. Yeah, but as bummy as Code is, I don't think they're going to eliminate him now. Let's see. The second, Code runs off after deciding he has little chance of winning against you. That makes sense. And like, there are times where sometimes you got to pick your battles and know the battle's lost. I'd be like, well, It was fun while it lasted, and then dip out. Let's see. Oh. Oh, I didn't think of that. Ooh, I didn't. Ooh, I did. Ooh, I didn't think of that. That's true. Let's see. And thereafter, he goes after Sarada. That guy Boruto's attention room. He's like, what? Let's see. He'll take her to the divine trees as a bargaining chip, knowing that she could be used as bait to lure you with. I feel so bad for Sarada, man. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Sarada because, like, she obviously is very, very powerful. But I feel like Kishimoto and Ikimoto are consistently, like, hitting her with the balance hammer, right? And, like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Very powerful ability, very diverse ability, and very viable ability. So you gotta balance it somewhat for the sake of the narrative, right? For the sake of the story. But I would say this, especially in comparison to a Boruto, who, and if you don't know what I mean by the balance hammer, I mean essentially it's when a character introduces a really powerful character, but then limits them in some way. For famous examples in Boruto, Boruto's limit was, yeah, he's really dumb. Body clip my throat, please. Wait, don't do this to me. I'm sorry, but I'm so sorry, but for Boruto, his initial balance hammer was Bonk cannot use karma. Sure, he has Uzuhiko. Sure, he has crazy base stats. Sure, he's a monster, you're a beast, a creature, you can fly, all that, but can't use karma. He made a deal with Momoshiki, but that deal has heavy narrative costs, and ultimately, presumably, is going to come with more costs on the line than the one we just know. So there is that. But like I'm saying, Sarada keeps getting hit with the hammer the hardest and the most stably, because Boruto's issue with karma wasn't even really that heavy of a narrative balancing issue, because Boruto was more than powerful enough without it narratively, and then him getting it removed for Momoshi just kind of removes that. Kawaki gets hit with the balance hammer by one, having him not just be too relevant in the start, but then he gets a massive power up, and then his main balance hammer thing is stamina. Same thing with Damon, right? Getting hit with the power balance nerf of, yeah, he's dumb stupid crack with dumb stupid stats, dumb stupid abilities, but he's gonna get hit with the stamina hammer. Stamina is like a very common thing. It's stamina or timing, right? Escanor, suddenly since Fame, has the whole night weakness thing, this, that, and the third. But for Boruto, specifically, I feel like Sarada keeps getting hit with the hammer over and over and over again. It keeps knocking it out further and further and further. Yeah, sure, you can use Mangekyo after failing a certain aspect of your mission, and then it immediately knocks you out, and then you can use it again later, but except you used a little bit too much of it way too quickly, so now you're half blind and gone. Now you're going to be used as a narrative excuse in order to limit Boruto's actions. Not because you're actually flawed or anything, but no, because you're too useful, and we got to take you out the plot a little bit. Like, heck, even her versus Idari, like, there's so many times to start to feel like she gets overly balanced, and don't get me wrong, I do believe in balanced narrative distribution and weight, but I feel like she deserves more, man. I feel bad that she's just introduced to this. Let's see. Interesting. Boruto doesn't say a word about it, though. Let's see. And the third is something completely different. That is possible now that I've shown... that is possible now that I've shown you about the first two. Right, because knowing one's future it is always interesting. I think I talked about this a little bit last review, too. But that balance between, like, sometimes narratively... you've heard, I feel like people have heard the phrase all the time, one off meets one's destiny on the road to avoid it, right? Essentially, think of every Greek tragedy ever. That's literally how it always goes. Oh no, my son is going to overthrow me? Prophecy person? Instead of maybe not having a child, and or making sure the child I'm banishing is just executed. Or just eat him? that didn't work. That did not work for Kronos. But regardless, I'm just gonna do this, that, and the third to try and avoid it. And then Shock Core Destiny comes down later. That's like the Greek tragedy thing. But there is also like the more modern idea of simply knowing anything about the future would throw it off, right? Like say for example, if I were to go like 10 years in the past and explain to me the things I was doing now, they wouldn't happen. If only for the fact that I don't think the very odd, like, even if I were to explain every odd incident that led to my current position, I think telling myself that in the past would jack everything up, because I'd be too focused on trying to do that. And I get that's why Kashin Koji is operating, and why specifically Kishimoto and Ikimoto are operating on this kind of narrative front and narrative storytelling, not only just because Boruto and Naruto are stories about defying fate, but also because, yeah, that is kind of just how it would work scientifically. And I like that. Let's see. That whole shadowing the future thing. Just so you know,
there is a possibility that he washes his hands of the divine trees and instead throws in with us.
Ooh! Oh, wait a minute! Hold on. I mean, to be fair, though, I don't think it's gonna happen. One, just because we need another antagonist. But I think the main reason that won't happen is because the divine trees are very few in number right now. And obviously, Jura is Jura. Unsolvable monsters, beast, creature, and force. And obviously, who knows how many more characters could become divine trees. But I feel like that'd be a little bit too much. I feel like it'd be a little bit too much if we got Crow on the side. Even like, well, Code's fodder. And he is a bum, but he's not exactly fodder. Let's see. Boruto's like, for real? Let's see.
No, the likelihood of that is almost nil. So if you're able, kill him. Let's remove a source of anxiety.
Oh, yep. And then the bulb starts to disintegrate. All right, yeah. So he has to move quick. I mean, like, you could say, why is Boruto investing so much into saving Bug of all people? Because Boruto's a good kid, and also just, I forget the concept. Did Bug do anything wrong? I don't remember. Let's see.
We're out of time to think.
Whoop. Ah, yes. Okay, I see you.
That was brilliant, Inogen. You can keep your hair for now.
Ah, that's right. He did. He did threaten to take his dome off. Not his literal dome, but to take his hair off. Let's see. Whew. And he's gone. Huh? Boruto. I like, man. You want to talk about, man, it's always the female characters, bro. I feel bad for Himawari, too. But, like, not in the same, funnily enough, not in the same case that I feel bad for Sarada, where I'm like, stop. Please. Kishimoto, Ikimoto, you're narratively balancing Sarada too much. Please, let her be a little bit more cracked narratively. For Himawari, I just feel bad because she is truly a victim of the narrative. Major character, undeniably, but still a victim of the plot around her, not knowing everything. Well, she's like the character focal point of the dramatic irony of Boruto, where we as readers know so much more than everyone else, but especially Himawari. Let's see. Boruto. Oh, that's... I forgot they could both go frog for frog. Like, why? I think, funny enough, I was about to say, why frog look naked? The reason the frog looks naked is because this, hold on, where is it? Where is it? This frog has a darker pattern on him that covers everything. This frog doesn't. He's just flat out. He's a bear with it. But wild. Like, he just looks a little naked. And to be fair, it's a frog. And the other frog's naked too. It's just, this one doesn't have the color pattern. Let's see. Kawaki. It's me, Amado. Yes, we give the try. I want to give different voices. All right, they're like three very, very important, older, wise, intelligent gentlemen. I gotta differentiate them somehow. Let's see. It's me, Amado.
Huh? Are you a frog? Could you swing by my lab? I want to talk.
About presents? About the future? Ah, you trying to do it? And also probably to fix the stamina thing, hopefully. Let's see. Boop. All right. Boruto's here. Let's see. Why do you tell Boruto? Oh, well, to be fair, I think this is where the marking was. All right, Boruto. Don't get me wrong. I love a good ore farm here and there, but remember where you're at. Remember where you're at. Remember what Jordan told you. Hey, next time I see you, twin, I'm splitting them cheeks open and spreading you. Like, Boruto, get to move, get to schmoving and grooving. Let's see. Interesting. To be fair, I don't blame him though. Immediately activating karma just to be safe and secure. Oh! Wait! Rewind! Pause the tapes! What? Wait, has he done this before? Am I stupid? Am I open? Has he done this before? Am I dumb? Am I an idiot? Has he done this? I don't think he's done this. What? Okay. Byakugan. I know the Chogan's in the anime. I have no idea what the anime's doing. But like, regardless, okay. No, I think it's Byakugan because he's using it to like read the details better from a distance. But okay. So he just keeps the eyes closed for the culture, I guess. All right, darn. Whoosh. All right, yep, and he sees the claw mark. Ooh, literally posted up right next to Bug too. Makes sense. Gork. Gog. That's the perfect sound effect for Code. I don't know what. Gog is the code sound effect, bro. What are you doing, bro? I'm gogging it. Code, stop gogging it in front of the children, bro. Let's see. What? Man, it's been so long. It's actually, I think it's legit been real life years since I've had to voice code. It's actually been real life. I don't remember. I genuinely, I do not remember what voice I gave him. Hold on. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, pick a fraud by the code. I don't know.
Boruto, you fool. Coming here to save Bug. We have no ties or obligations. I thought you might have come, though, all over me, because that's the kind of guy you are.
I have, it's me. It's me. I'm not even, it's me. It's me. It's me. I have the problem. It's me. It's me. Let's see.
Now, come closer. You pose a hero. I'll end you in an instant by slashing your throat.
You couldn't do it to him when he was in base! In base! Cole, what have you been doing, bro? You been level maxing? You been level grinding? Potato chip? Because last I checked, you were food! Food! You were on the value menu. I know those don't exist anymore. It's so sad. I talk to some of my younger family members about things from the past, and they're like, what's a dollar menu? You can't get anything for $1. I'm like, I'm glad they know that, but like, unfortunately, man, it wasn't that, I'm not that old. Let's see.
Boruto, if you don't blitz this man, grab Bug, and get out of there, let's see.
Oh, and we're cutting away. Well, at least Sarada's up. Let's see. There's your mama. Let's see. Huh? Oh. Where? Hospital. Let's see. If you mean Mamushi, you can relax. It's over with, and we're all okay.
Yeah.
Not really, like, thanks to Iori, no major damage at all. Mamushi, while he was a difficult encounter, no real major losses or casualties or anything. Just some property damage. Let's see. And we're all okay. What happened to the bodies? I think they disintegrated. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, that manga, it's doing numbers to her. And another thing I do want to point out, I forget if I mentioned this last review, but I think people pointed out, it is very likely, I didn't even think about it this way, because I thought, oh, she's just activating one instance of her ability. It's so all instances should be one thing. Her ability, the Orihume, the gravity spears, they are likely the equivalent to one Amaterasu use. I think she spammed like 30 already. Like if we were to generally, like, from the battle with Ryu, then to the battle against Mamushi, and possibly any practice she did off screen. Yeah, it really makes sense she's going blind. Because Sasuke went blind in an afternoon. Unless I'm mistaken, he used Amaterasu against B once on accident, then used Kagetsuchi, Flame Control, on B, kind of sort of to save Karin. And then he ran into the 5 Kage Summit and was blind by the end of the day. Like, yeah. Actually, it does make sense. Because Sarada, if each individual ball counts as essentially the equivalent to Amaterasu execution, yeah, it makes sense she's going blind. Yeah. Shout out to all y'all for reminding me that it really, not even reminding me, explain me how that worked. I think my brain was too focused on, like, one instant activation of the ability. Why is she blind already? Yeah, she's actually doing pretty good. Let's see. Chocho? Yo? To be fair, I can't blame Chocho for being like, you Gucci? Because she doesn't know she's going blind. Let's see. Here, your glasses. Sakura, I wish you could do more. She could do more. I wish Kishimoto and Ikimoto would let you do more. Let's see. How many fingers can you see? I've always wondered, like, and maybe it's because I am nearsighted. Fun fact, funnily enough, I do have glasses. These aren't even the glasses I have. These are my blue light glasses. I, like, never wear them in videos. I'm mainly supposed to wear them when I stream, and I should wear them when I record because it's supposed to help with blue light. And obviously, like, I'm sitting in front of a light, so, like, I should pop this out more consistently, but this doesn't feel right. Mainly because I gave up wearing glasses like a long time ago, but I used to wear them literally every single day. But because of that, I never really got the whole, like, how many fingers are you holding up thing. But I may just because I'm not farsighted, like,
presumably that'd be more effective if similar. I don't know. Let's see. How many fingers can you see? Ooh, oh yeah, it's bad. Oh yeah, it's bad. She gone. What is that? That looks freaky. Looks like it. I'm not gonna say it. Let's see. The prescription no longer fits, huh? Your vision's deteriorated. What? This is not Sakura's voice. And to be fair, Sakura's better than the manga, so of course I don't have a voice for her. Let's see. The prescription no longer fits. That's not how I would read that line. Hold on. The prescription no longer fits. The prescription no longer fits. Your vision's deteriorated. Why can't I read? Your vision's deteriorated significantly. Yes, indeed it has. Let's see. Huh? It's an inherent risk to the Mangekyo Sharingan. Your sight worsens the more you use it. There's some variability depending on the jutsu's nature and usage circumstances, but regardless, if you keep using it, you'll eventually go completely blind. Sakura, you gotta know where your hubby's eyes are. Go get him. Go get him. Because it doesn't have to be a sibling. It just has to be someone close to blood. Go get him. Go get his eyes. I know you got him. I know Sasuke had him. So, like, come on now. Come on. Obviously, it would have been useful for Sasuke to swap his old eyes back in, especially after he lost the Rinnegan. But, like, Sakura. Sasuke. I know you kept your old eyes, bro. Just keep them. Give them to her. Would they fit? That'd be weird. We don't really talk about, like, the plug and play physics of Sharingan that often, but, like, yeah, that should be way more of an issue than it usually is. Let's see. You'll eventually go completely blind. What? That's right. Of course no one has a contest for this. You're dead. Let's see. Huh? Mom? I'm sorry. But even so, you still want to, I mean, like, to be fair, no, I couldn't do it. Because, like, notably, I would say this. Hold on, let me take a sip real quick. They are ASMR. But regardless, I would say that my most, like, used or, like, active sense is hearing. I don't know. I've been much more of a listener. Probably you can tell from how much I am. But at the same time, I could not, I'd be terrified of going blind. I like a lot of the main things I enjoy. Heck, reading manga, I couldn't do it if I was blind. I would have to get everything in braille. I couldn't do it. Art. Don't get me wrong, there are blind artists of all varieties, across all different genres, from musical artists to actual, like physical creation art. But, like, dog, I can barely draw with sight. Can you imagine me trying to draw without sight? Like, it is one of the most terrifying things out there. So it is really a testament to Sarada's determination to maintain her village and her people and her purpose as a shinobi, by saying, essentially, she's soft implying, you're soft launching to her mama, like, yeah, I know I'm going blind and all, but I've got to lock in, Twinsky. Let's see. Takes off the glasses. Aww. Sakura, I so wish you were more involved in the narrative, bro. And you'd be like, what do you want? How much more involved do you want her to be? I want her to be that more. All right. I'm not gonna do a whole rewrite of Boruto if Sakura was more involved. But man, I wish it was true, because this would hit a whole lot more. But Sakura, I barely see you. It's like once in a year. We get one Sakura sighting a year, if that. If we're lucky. Let's see. Huggy wug though. Very nice. Sorry to hug your mother back. I know. I won't tell you to stop. Aw, yeah. Because she gets it as a fellow. Man, that's the thing though. That's an insane amount of loyalty too. But she's like, even as your mother, I understand what you're going through and what you like and what you are. Let's see. I won't tell you to stop, 'cause it's something, a strength, that you brought yourself into being when you deemed you needed power in order to protect what you wanted to. And that is true, right? It is truly, especially considering Sarada, as far as we know, like, the whole point of Sarada as a character and her relation to the Uchiha and their legacy is that a lot of her power and its manifestation has come from extreme emotions, but extreme emotions that aren't based around loss. They're based around love. They're based around a want to protect, a need, a desire to do better, to be greater, in order to care for and oversee those you love. So, yeah,
it is actually a strength, a beautiful thing that Sarada is able to manifest this power that has been so commonly associated with blood and loss and darkness to be the literal sun. That's what her eye is named for. It's an alternate name for Amaterasu, the sun god, I do believe. I think I'm not brushed off on my lore, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So yeah, it is truly commendable, but you're still gonna go blind unless you find your daddy's eyes. Let's see.
So long as you're aware and resolved, I'm cool with it.
It's like, yeah, that's how you would say it, but I don't know. It's like that's hearing a adult mother being like, yeah, I'm cool with you going blind. Let's see.
I'm cool with it. I won't interfere. Mom, you're gonna try to stop me at least a little bit? A little bit of my teenage rebellion? You want to help Boruto, right?
That's sweet. Considering Sarada is still under, or no, Sakura is still under the illusion, the mental rewrite of omnipotence. For her to acknowledge that, and not like immediately tweak out on her daughter. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. Stay hydrated, folks. Let's see. She blushed too. She's like, I gotta help my boy, Mom. How you gonna get them grandkids? Let's see. Nod. Chocho's like, she wanna help who? She wanna help who? Let's see.
Yes, you truly are my child.
See, Sakura, this isn't like a good thing to admit, but like what you about to say is right though. Let's see.
Yes, you truly are my child. To be willing to cast everything else aside for the sake of a single boy.
Oh yes, indeed. Including all your self-respect, Sakura. All your self-respect. Let's see. Is that like a thing that, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I believe I'm gonna like. Obviously, I'm gonna love my kids if I'm ever lucky enough to have them. But especially like my wife, yeah, this is gonna be the number one woman of my world. I'm gonna do literally anything and everything. Throwing everything away though. Willing to cast everything aside. I have a really. That's the thing. I'm lucky enough, blessed enough to have a really good relationship with my family. It's gonna be very hard to cast them aside. One second.
You're also like your dad, always going up against something massive, no matter how bad the personal toll is. His big brother.
What do you know about Itachi? What do you? Well, to be fair, Sasuke presumably told the story of Itachi. It's like she probably knows, but still, that is very true. That is very accurate to Sasuke as a character. Really, Sasuke, funnily enough, despite him being often positioned as like the super talented, giga top tier genius character, a lot of his struggles are truly based on that like man against the system. Except the system's literally the world. And currently, Sarada is in that same position. Her belief and her love for Boruto it does stand in direct contrast to literally the entire world. Who, thanks to omnipotence, thanks to the manipulations of a power once wielded by a higher dimensional divinity, yeah, Sarada must stand alone. Half blind, I guess. Let's see.
Just know this, Sarada. I will always believe in you and your dad, no matter what.
Oh, especially with the Sasuke part, Sakura, we know! Oh, we know! Let's see.
Besides, I'm used to it. To being lectured about my family. To being lectured to about...
Oh, wait, hold on.
Besides, I'm used to it. To being lectured to about my family.
Oh! Yeah. I get why we didn't get to see the reaction. I really wanted. I would love to see the Haruno's reaction to Sakura marrying Sasuke after all Sasuke did. But to be fair, they may not know about all of it. Let's see. This is just an ugly panel, bro. What is his face? Let's see. Oh. Excuse me, Master Sakura. About that patient and roommate?
Apologies. I'll be right there.
Oh? Is Code coming to attack her now? What happened? Let's see.
Huh?
Is that Sakura yelling? Sarada! Jolt? What's happening? I mean, is this the inner Sakura thing from a while ago? Or did she just get possessed or something?
Yes?
Oh, yeah! I do love that she has to handle that thing. I just did something so funny about like the intensity in her facial expression and the hold on. My pose nasty. So about that, it's hilarious. Let's see. Okay, I get. Okay, I think that was just to jolt. So, yeah, so that you know what, I've had to do it before, and it is also heavily based on when my specifically, I'd say my mother, funnily enough, would do it as well, where she could sense I was in like, or just even be able to tell her. Like I tell her, I'm pretty rough with this, that, and the third, and then she would do something just like shock the system a little bit and get my brain running again. It works. You'd be shocked how quick the brain responds to extreme unexpected stimuli. It just be like that. Let's see. Flat. And she's gone. TikTok. I've always wondered what that's supposed to mean. Just be you? Aggressively. Aggressive. I forget who asked me when I initially first said that phrase, but, and I'm pretty sure it's not a pencil original. I must have taken it, at least pieces of it from somewhere. But like the idea of when someone asks, "Hey, like how do you present yourself so confidently and so well and so distinctly you?" And I'm just like, be you, aggressively. Have such a strong sense of self that people don't have a choice. They gotta interact with it or bust. Let's see. Aw, good. Okay, so Sakura, even though, like, that's still her daughter, right? Yeah, I get that. Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure myself. Aw. And to be fair, yeah. As much as I would love, because I talk about this all the time, especially to them, I'm like, I am literally a hardline fusion of my mother and father in many ways. I always like to say my base, like, instincts and reactions come from my father, but a lot of my tempered thoughts and opinions and personality are heavily based on my mother. And because of that, there are certain aspects of both of them that I still don't really get, despite me understanding a whole lot of them. And it's nice to see a character in fiction also struggle. Not necessarily struggle, but at least acknowledge that, like, I actually don't know. No, literally since I was conceived, but like, I actually know. Let's see. But Sakura did that, not just to hype up her daughter and presumably get her out of the funk, but to, keep up a brave face. Yeah, of course she's worried about her daughter. However, it really fires me up. Yeah, yeah, see, good. And yeah, you need that. You do need that on occasion. From the person who supports you, from the person who created you. Sometimes you do need that, like, that kick in the rear to get it moving. Let's see. Are we really not going to see the Code versus Border? Let's see. Hey, Sarada, it's been bothering me forever why you were so desperately championing that. Like, wait, Sarada, it's been bothering me forever why you were so desperately champion. Why can't I breathe? I literally play hawkball. I should know what championing is. Let's see. Championing a traitor like Boruto instead of your previous best bud Kawaki. Oh, I wonder. Let's see. But after fighting side by side with him, this time, I realized that in terms of battling for Konoha, Boruto is legit. Yeah, buddy. Yep, possibly even more legit than Kawaki, if we're being real for real. Let's see. And Sarada and Samira are like, wait, we got another? Let's see. And he's really hot. I can totally see it now. You just like your mama. Let's see. You just like your mama, these Leaf Village men. Let's see. Huh? That's not... What's wrong, Sarada? You throwing off a little bit? I'm Boruto till endgame, bro. Boruto Mirai shippers, do your worst, brother. It's not happening. Let's see. Kawaki too. It's still a mystery why he became such a baddie. See, this is what happens when words change colloquial context. Because, like, my brain hears baddie and I'm thinking, my pose nasty. Let's see. And
He looks nothing like Lord Seven. But never mind that. So happy to be able to make small talk with you again. It's been an eternity. You too, class rep. How you been?
That is interesting. Like, and to be fair, they did talk about it, but I didn't really think about the isolation that they would face from their own peers, from the idea that they still know the truth about Boruto. Meanwhile, everyone else is, lost in the sauce. Let's see.
It's Sumire, not class rep.
Oh, that's good. It's hard to still, even if her and Sumire are still like rivals for the Boru. I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke. Let's see. She's still like, hey, let's give her a true rap. But by not calling her rap. Let's see.
Huh? Sumire in the house.
What? I get that though. Whenever the super formal friend suddenly stops being super formal, like it's not a bad thing. I'm not gonna hate on you for it. It is straight. Like my brain will go, huh? You what? What? Where? I was like,
the heck? Super radical personality shift. I mean, like, insane. What happened? You don't like it? I know. This is all because of Sarada's Mangekyo, isn't it?
That'd be the longest genjutsu. That would be the longest longest genjutsu con ever. Not really though. Not really. Remember what Obito did to Yagura? Let's see.
What kind of logic is that?
We're gonna come back to the fight. Yeah, all right. Don't get me wrong. I do like the character moments between Sarada and Sakura. I'm glad the two characters get to have interactions. Glad we got our yearly Sarada appearance. Time to see you in 2027 Sakura. But let's see. He got the bowl. He gripping it. Bug chilling. Bowl big and throbbing in his hand. I am the problem. Let's see. Whoosh. Up. Okay. But like, dude, he has the. Well, you probably can't tell, but he has the Byakugan activated, dog. You're not slick, Cody. You're not slick. Let's see. Oh. That's right. I mean, to be fair, he always did have two hands, and that's smart too. I like that. Keeping the focus on Boruto's left hand with a bulb in it, so you don't see the chakra building up, the Uzuhiko building up around his right. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so Code goes in. He lunges in. Code notices the last second. It's a trap! And then, interesting though that, like, Jorah should be able to sense Boruto right now, right? Very interesting that he's not popping out at all. But maybe this is all probably happening way too quick. And Jorah's probably like, is that on my lawn? Let's see. All right, Uzuhiko brought up. Boruto steps up. Uzuhiko. Yep. Oh, okay, but code weave, combo code weave. Okay, I see you. Whoosh. All right, Boruto, shove the bulb in and get out of there. I was gonna make a joke on that too, but I'm gonna stop. I have a problem. Let's see. Okay. Why everybody posing crazy in this chapter? I see you, Code.
You shrewd fiend. Not only anticipating my ambush, but also having a counter prepared.
Oh, wouldn't! You were last spotted here multiple years ago for us. Let's see.
Having a counter prepared. Good to see you, looking well. An ambush seems awfully passive, Code. Well, come at me. You only missed once so far. Be more confident.
Honestly, though, the most effective rage bait is the rage bait that you can't respond to. You ever know everyone's been in that scenario where you're being jebaited, but for one reason or another, you just can't do anything about it. This is like I still remember when I was smaller. And to be fair, my cousins are still bigger than me, but they don't think it's worth the risk anymore. But the amount of times to be rage baited by one of my older cousins, but there was legit, like, I knew engaging with that was an instant loss because they just pick me up by my shirt and throw me. Like, it was not worth it.
Come at me. Be more confident. Shut up, you fake. Only an idiot would fall for that. And what's your grand plan, huh? How do you intend to kill me if you're so scared?
Facts. Where's the printer at? Where's the print? Oh, there is no print. Let's see.
If you're so scared, how, you ask?
Baiting juror, baiting juror, baiting juror. Oh. What's up with his hand? Oh, is Bug dead? Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. His hand looks really weird, though. I was like,
You'll see soon enough. He ran off. That taunting was a bit excessive.
psh, sizzle, sizzle, poof. And it's gone. Yep. And Bug is dead.
Sorry, old man. I was too slow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Bug was also a bad person. All right, I forgot about that. I mean, like, I know he was working with Kara, but I forget what he was doing. I never read Boruto. I say at the end of another review. And guess what? We'll reread Boruto by the start of the next review. You and me both. No, I'm not rereading. I'm behind on Iruma-kun, bro. I gotta catch up. One second.
Remember, he wasn't a good guy. Just let this be seared into your memory. What it looks like when a soul burns out.
Yeah, so you don't make the same mistake with Hidari / Sasuke. So, all right. I'll say this. Huh. Ooh, that was buttery. Ooh. But with it being the case, a W chapter. A very character-heavy chapter, which I think is good. Don't get me wrong. I do love Boruto for its actions and all, for its action scenes and its choreography and all that. But I do like that we got to have an extensive period of the chapter dedicated to, like, actually a variety of things, I'd say. Not despite leaping off directly where we left off last chapter. We had to see a lot of things. We got to see Boruto and Kawaki's dynamic where it stands. Once again, Boruto having so much more information, Kawaki not having as much information, them being relative in power, but Boruto's information allowing him to be over Kawaki in that sense. We had to see Himori and Inojin get to, Himori and Inojin it up a little bit more. Like I said, I mean, like, I don't really care too much about either of the characters, but I have to give Inojin all the credit in the world for clutching up as hard as he did. And I have to give Himawari all the credit in the world for clutching up as much as she did too. So, like, ultimately, two great characters who have done well in this little miniature Mamushi arc. I'm glad they're doing well. Ada and Damon, they get a nice little cameo this chapter, and I do like how you can clearly tell, and I didn't go into it too much earlier, but you can clearly tell that Ada's perspective is definitely changing on Kawaki, right? Like, seeing Boruto and Kawaki in action directly next to each other, actively being a part of the problem, quote unquote, by being the one that Mushi was after. She's seeing something different in both of these characters, and I like how you can tell that without a single word being said. Then I do like the idea of playing with the future that continues to go on here. Kashin Koji and Boruto, like Kashin Koji revealing more about the future, and Boruto realizing that he has to make these choices, and he doesn't always get to make them in a way that he would like, because there sometimes just isn't a way one can win. And obviously, one thing I do need to mention, the nature of the thorn bulbs of being able to disintegrate obviously is meant to sort of add more stakes for Sasuke in particular. Obviously, Bug, no one cares about Bug. Heck, I know multiple real life people who like Mamushi way more than they ever like Bug. But in that same case, by doing that, you're essentially just reinforcing the other. Yeah, you can slay Hidari, but you better hope you make it back to that tree quick enough, or else Sasuke may be fried. And presumably, there's going to be some sort of conflict where they defeat Hidari, but then Code, presumably, or maybe even Juro, literally goes to guard the tree. And it's like, cool, you had 2 seconds, or like however long it was in this chapter, in like 5 minutes, to get this back to your dear Master Sasuke, or else we're spreading them wide open in the ether. But there is that. And then I do also like the setup for Amato and Kawaki talking, presumably about presence, presumably about Kawaki's stamina. There's a bunch of stuff that could go on there. And then Boruto versus Code, just, it's a nice little quick run back. Good to see that Code, even if it feels a little bit retconny, is being allowed to be a threat to some degree. Like, he could help, he could not, he could do something, but his active involvement in the plot is something that Kashin Koji's like, yeah, we need to take care of this. And even Boruto's like, yeah, we need to take care of this. Code is allowed to still be a threat. Not like an omnipresent, ever lurking, ever interactive threat like a Jura is in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, but still a threat. And I do like that. Code not being a gigabum is fantastic. And obviously, I do like the scenes between Sarada and her daughter, or no, not Sarada and her mother. Very nice stuff. Like I said, Sakura rarely gets any time in this manga, but I'm glad when she does get time, and I'm glad she is able to engage and show both sides of herself, right? The caring mother, but the caring mother, the strong shinobi, and the individual who knows that her daughter needs both sides of her in this moment, all sides of her, and providing that and allowing them both to get fired up to keep moving what they need to do. And then even Chocho coming around, once again showing that Boruto's continued existence in the village, even post-omnipotence, is like more slowly but surely waking more and more people up to the idea that maybe our group think is wrong. And I do like that slow build. And overall, I'm excited for the next chapter. We are I'd say going into a new arc now. Mamoshi's taken care of. I'd say this is the epilogue of Mamoshi. I do like the idea that Bug was unable to be saved. We're in a really interesting spot. So if you made it all the way through this video, please leave tree bug instead of bug tree bug in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that leads to notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do want to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So much for concluding the live reaction to this season review. I'd be reaction to all my videos. I'd be reaction to not just all my videos here on the main channel, on the second channel that got reaction. Link in the description down below. And on top of that, I do have a link to my Twitch down below, but also a thing for Patreon members. If you'll notice, the Boruto review looks a little bit messy here on the main channel. It's literally because, I don't know, randomly now, they've decided to start blowing me up for Boruto. I don't want that to happen anymore. Patreon members get completely normal looking versions of the reviews with everything in it, so when I break down stuff on the page, you aren't seeing nothing, you're seeing me actually do the breakdowns. And on top of that, I do have a link to my Ko-Fizzly down below. You drop 5 minutes for a short video, turn a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Redwolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, J2MA, Buddha Ura, Yuki Ally, Grim, Ollie, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Tim Thomas, Kaving, RXN, Dead Meme, Kian Stewart, Edwin Igbinoba, Straw, Antavius Mitchell, Super Flame Zero, Weary Exile, Alex Kenny, Todd, The Practical One, Landon Clapwick, Heath Nelson, CAET, Plant Crone, Brandon Payne, Multi-Batman Superman, Zalim, Sleepin' John, The Young Family, Pastel Pandora, Mo City King DKG, Akolade Babatunde, Union Eye, Athenzi Shear, Sino King, CCC, Enzo, Kitty Liddy, Axis XC, Praise the Sun, Magic, Andrine Bonnet, Donovan McIntosh, at JDog2656, Azwin Hedi Placentia, Sheesh King, Yo Extras, AZ Void, Professor Von Tuck III, Nevies97, and Black Sage. Then, I'd like to thank you to our line art tier patrons: Dread Zoen, Kevin Encarnacion, Lucas Stace, Midnight Lord 21, and Sean. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our ink tier member, Shrimpo the Fourth Shrimp 06. And I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier member, J Warrior. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our colored art tier patrons, Walkie Munoz and Walkie Munoz.